Hello and welcome to the podcast. We are the Cosmic Commentators, and we're here to take a look at all aspects of spirituality, metaphysics, and religion.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm joined by the wonderful Alex, so stay tuned as we delve deep into the vast subject of life beyond the veil.
Hi, Rachel.
Hello, Alex. How are we doing today?
Hot, sweaty.
It's a scorcher, isn't it?
It's a scorcher today in the UK. It's getting more and more like abroad every day, isn't it?
It is. And while it's lovely and obviously it's great to get the sun rays and up our vitamin D, I'm just not sure we're equipped to deal with this level of heat, are we?
No aircon in this country as much.
I know. So please forgive us if you see us melting as we progress through the next 40 plus minutes.
Profusely.
Yes.
What shall we tackle today? What subject is on your mind, Rachel?
For me, it's been on, and I think we've talked about this one before, haven't we? And it
skimmed
kind of touched on it a little bit, but I think it would be helpful for us to kind of have a look into well, here we go again. We've Googled this, and people say it's so many different Tartaria or Tartarian Empire.
Yeah. Okay.
And where do we start? Because every video, every piece of literature that I've read about this has provided me with more conflicting information.
Yeah, there's a lot of different stories about this, and
massively. And I think because of the extremist with the views that are around, isn't it? It's like this person is saying 100% it happened.
Yeah.
You know, it was a lost civilization. The other person saying absolutely not. They're completely making it up. It's not a conspiracy theory. The fact that there's such conflictual accounts of it, for me, there's significance in that.
Absolutely. So shall we give the audience a brief rundown of what Tartaria actually is? So it's a worldwide lost civilization apparently, and it's said to be in a highly advanced global civilization with free energy, technology, massive architectural achievements.
Yes.
And very peaceful societies.
Very peaceful, yes.
And apparently, according to the myth, it was suppressed by a global conspiracy. I could possibly agree with that, with what we've seen in the last few years.
I would agree too, yes.
And deliberately erased from history by powerful groups such as governments and secret societies. Now, the key aspect with this is some kind of mud flood, isn't there, that wiped it all out, and what remains are specific architectures and buildings that seem to be built to last, don't they?
100%. And where I started with, because obviously you see the architecture and the counter argument of this amazing architecture that we see is because clearly at the time these were built.
Yeah.
We weren't, civilization wasn't advanced enough to be able to pull these together.
No.
So what I hear, and again, some of these structures, we're talking about them from China to San Francisco,
Worldwide.
And you're like, and the structure is very similar, isn't it? I mean,
similar.
Isn't it? And particularly the dome
There's
shape.
A style, isn't there? There's a style.
Absolutely. And then, so I was thinking about, number one, the vast array of these structures across the world, and the counter argument is, these were just temporary buildings that were constructed with plaster and whatever for world trade fairs. And I'm like,
so much work must have gone into making them, because this stunning architecture is absolutely beautiful,
But honestly, are you telling me that they're made of plaster? No, I mean, that doesn't fit for me. And then I started thinking about, well, where did this civilization start? I mean, it has to have a starting point. And again, it's not clear. No. It's not clear at all.
Clear as mud.
Aha, nice one. Yeah. And so when I started to look at that, I started with the maps. Okay. And there is a kind of Asia, there is a reference to Tartaria, isn't there?
Yeah.
And then that map seemed to disappear.
Inexplicably.
Absolutely. And then I'm questioning, well, if that was, why is it not still? I mean, obviously countries have been renamed, and I get that. And then I went down a bit of a rabbit hole, but we won't go massively into it. But then I started to look at the maps. And I'm not sure if you're aware, but the current map, the map of the world that we have, that was actually commissioned by the Catholic Church.
Oh.
So, and also it has been questioned that how the structure and the density and the volume of the countries that we see now is actually not a true
representation
of actually how big the countries are. In particular, I think Africa is one that's been questioned time and time again, that actually the size of Africa on our current globe is actually not the size of Africa, and apparently it's much larger.
Right.
So when I kind of went into, well, why did the Catholic Church create this? And we can put links into, this isn't us making it up. We can put links into people talking about that. It was related to the spread of Catholicism.
Mm-hmm.
So they made areas bigger where there was a higher density of Catholics.
Right.
So again, there we go. We start to question all of history.
They were the powers that be,
Absolutely.
Back then,
Yeah, and still are a
still
global force, aren't they?
Yeah. I think there's so many billion Catholics, isn't there, in the world?
Yeah. Well, I think they're probably it's probably the
largest,
higher, isn't it? It's the largest religion.
Religious.
So then I started. Okay, we got to the map, and we've questioned the map because clearly that's not the right map. And then I went into how do we get from, if it started in Asia, how do we get to San Francisco? What happened? And all of those structures along the way. And then, I don't know, do you know much about Genghis Khan?
No.
Okay. So he was a emperor, ruler, monarch, whatever you want to class him as. But interesting, his father's name is pronounced in Mongolia is Yeshua.
Yeshua. That's a very interesting and
isn't it?
Name, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's spelled slightly different. But Yashu, so I think it's Yasuia or something like that, something similar to that. So apparently that's where the Tartarian Empire started. And Genghis Khan had a number of children, and that apparently is where Christianity started to develop.
Right.
And as he sent his children and apparently 10 leaders out into the world, what he did is he started to include, rather than going in and dominating, they went to areas. They obviously started to, bring religion with them, but they never dominated, they amalgamated. So every time they went to a new area, they kind of brought the best of everything.
Yeah.
They amalgamated that, and then they moved on. So apparently it started kind of Korea, into Poland, into Hungary, and eventually that's how they continued to spread throughout Europe and obviously further afield. And it was very peaceful, apparently. So a lot of the time when you have new people coming in, there's barriers, and they're like,
culture barriers and things like that.
But they said, again, it's reported, that because there was never a dominance, it wasn't about overpowering or ruling. It was about, collaboration.
And working with people.
Absolutely. There was a sense of peace, so people happily
accepted
it.
And contributed to it.
And because that approach that was used, people almost accepted Christianity. And that's how Christianity, but it wasn't that they came in with their own ideologies and
agendas.
Like, this is Christianity.
Yeah.
They accepted what came from that. But ultimately, they're saying God was the guide. God was the person that helped them move forward and helped them develop, and almost describe them as a superpower.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if you've heard this. I mean, we talked about this briefly before, didn't we? But that they say that Revelation sort of happened,
Yeah.
you know, when this mud flood happened, and
Yeah.
there's links to Revelation
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
things like that. And I mean, these buildings have stood the test of time, haven't they? I mean, they're
Massively.
everywhere. I mean, they say
They're temporary.
but they're temporary.
No.
So what was
Yes.
meant to be after?
Yeah. No,
And
I
as we
agree.
know many times, you know, the victors will write history, won't they? The victors,
Sure.
whoever's taken over and
Yeah.
you know, dominated, will say, well, actually, this is what happened. So.
Sure. Yeah.
And these things are coming to light more and more. There's more and more stuff, you know, online about
absolutely.
Tartaria, isn't there? And
Massively.
and all these buildings that, you know, that people are digging down. They find all this, almost a civilization underground, almost like there was a mud flood.
Yeah. But when you look back, I mean, the most famous or infamous mud flood was Noah's Ark, wasn't it? And for me, it's interesting that this mud floods, because I don't believe there was just one, almost flattens civilization.
Yeah.
Destroys it, doesn't it? And we start again.
Yeah, like a reset of sorts.
Look at the world at the moment. How many floods are there out there?
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's the rain, isn't it, that brings the mud? It's the water.
Yeah.
But didn't God say in the Bible that after the flood of Noah, He would never send a flood again? It was going to be fire. Apparently, you know, the next catastrophe would be fire based, not water based.
Yeah.
So it's very, very confusing. You know, when
Massively
you sort of try and line it up, but then again, you know, is the Bible
I think
reliable?
this whole and also I keep going back to, because there's so many aspects to the Bible.
Yes.
Are we interpreting it in the correct order?
Well, it's a code, isn't it? Almost the Bible. Yeah. It's not. I mean, you know, even the Catholic Church will say it's not to be taken literally. It's almost coding. I mean, I go to mass, and you know, the priest is offer. There's a lot of numerology and numbers in the Bible. You know, so like 40 days.
Yes.
Apparently didn't mean 40 days. It just means an extended period of time. Like saying, it took forever.
Yes.
It didn't literally mean forever, but they would use the terminology of 40 days to describe a extended period of time. So
I agree.
It's that, you know, unpicking the coding and trying to match it up to, you know, what we can see physically. And, you know.
And again, obviously, as I've been researching this, I think the contradictions that I've listened to, because for me, it has to be balanced what we're presenting.
Yeah, absolutely.
The contradictions that I've listened to really invoked an emotional response in me.
Right.
And again, I question everything. I'm like, why is this person who's speaking bothering me so much?
Right.
And that's where I got, because I think I said to you earlier, I was listening to this, really wound me up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that shouldn't be the case, because generally I'm quite balanced. I'm kind of, and I'm like, I generally approach things with an unconscious bias as much as you can. I mean, clearly, but and I'm like, what is it about this individual? And I think when I kind of started to reflect on it, because their contradiction to what's out there about, you know, the civilization and why it was, it's done in such a patronizing way.
Right.
And I'm like, you're just treating us as fools. And that is a massive trigger for me.
So is he saying that none of it's true and it's just a myth and it's just nonsense?
And the way it's done, it's like, because you think, you know, this has happened. And, so a mud flood just happened. And, you know, and I'm like, well, it has happened. We know floods have happened. Yeah. So don't dismiss it and almost put a spin on it that we're all ignorant and stupid. I don't like that approach to it.
And anybody that claims to know it all, I would run a million miles from them, because nobody knows it all. And that's the whole purpose of this channel, because we know nothing, and we're just, you know, we're exploring these concepts, you know, not that we're going to say, we know at the end of it, but, you know, it's good to explore these things, isn't it? And look,
in fact, I probably know less when I explore
I think the same, you know, since we've started this channel, the more things I've looked into, the more I am confused about everything, you know.
Agree. So I think that was one of the things that really, really triggered me today.
Yeah.
And of course there's going to be reasons, why there may be some aspects of it. And I think the bit that really wound me up a little bit, not a little bit, quite a bit actually.
You were triggered.
I was triggered. Was this dismissal
Yes.
of free energy, and they've been significantly advanced to us.
Yeah.
Not to us, but stuff has been hidden from us. I think if we opened up our mind, I think it's there for us. It's definitely there for us.
It is.
And again, as I watched this video again, what he said, another thing which I found, he was like, oh, so you think that all of these governments and elites come together and decide that they're going to hide this and create all of these catastrophes? And I'm like, I do. Yeah, I do. But the way, the way he said it, I'm like, oh, yes, I do. Have you seen Agenda 2030? You know,
like who's paying you? Who's paying you to say this?
And it was, and it was very well constructed, because it started off, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I can see, from that point of view. But as the video went, I was only like 15 minutes or so, maybe a bit more. As it went on, I'm like, oh, now you're starting to
reveal your truth.
Yes, and I thought I could see. Let's be fair, the vast majority of our population are programmed.
Absolutely.
I could see by the end of that, if you weren't strong in mind, body, and soul, you could have just accepted it.
Yeah, yeah.
And just gone, oh, it's a conspiracy theory.
And I think there are these people out here online, that are supporting the narrative, aren't they? They are...
Yes, 100%.
The mainstream narrative, the program, the timeline that we're on now. I mean, there's lots of people that I've seen that have got huge followings and channels, and they're talking about things that I know are not right, right at all. And you're upholding the narrative, for some reason.
Yeah, and every conflicting account. They always just highlight the same few things.
Right.
I haven't seen anything that really elaborates. It just goes, but we know historical records get lost. We know things get burnt in fires, the great fires. Yeah. We know that architecture changes. So I'm like, mate, come on. And yes, of course, structure changes and design changes.
Design changes, yeah.
Of course it does.
But again, like you say, these buildings were built to last. They are like robust as hell.
Massively. And again, similar structure all over the world.
There's a flavour and a style to all of them, isn't there? All through Spain. Some people say La Sagrada Familia, that huge church is possibly part of that, because, they're still building on it now, obviously. They're continually built, but that does have a Tartaria sort of, and your cathedrals and this, that and the other.
But they were built to heal.
Yes.
And that's, so both, obviously, it's not just about energy and being able to...
harness that.
Absolutely. It is about the structure and the dome and the geometric shapes. We know... flower of life is a geometric shape.
It occurs naturally.
Absolutely. And the flower of life
doesn't occur anywhere naturally, does it?
No.
Now, look at the room we're in. It's a box. Your home is a box.
And they do talk a lot about the satanic element of the cube, don't they?
Which keeps you...
And thinking about so many organisations...
that worship the cube.
Yeah. Scary. Actually, very scary. So... when you look at, they're saying, yes, they were advanced, but also they were divine and they were connected to source, God, whatever you want to refer to, universal divinity, whatever it is. And that everything was created with consciousness. Everything was created
in harmony
to support us.
In harmony with nature. As you say, these geometric shapes that occur naturally.
Absolutely.
Doesn't it make sense to live in something that resembles that, the church windows that are sort of the octagons and things like that, and they say the light comes through them, and that would be what heals you.
Yes.
And now everything these days is a box.
Yes.
Now, isn't that very sort of symbolic
look
of
at our windows.
how we're kept in
Yeah.
a box. And like for me, I've always felt like I was in a box and I just
Yeah.
want to bust out of it, and I
Yeah.
can't seem to bust out of it.
Yes.
Even though I've got this awareness that I'm in a box
Oh, yes.
and I can't get out of
agree.
it. But we live in boxes.
Yeah.
We live in boxes, and everything is labelled and put into boxes, isn't it?
But even songs, that song, Living in a Box.
I'm living in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, everything's been filtered through.
Everything. I mean, I don't know if you've heard this one, and not to offend any Christians, I class myself as Christian, but they say if you get the cross, it folds up into a box.
It does actually, yes.
And that's another box. It's been. I mean, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say anything, but I'm just looking at.
And
connections and
actually,
other
that's
things.
very true. And what they said is obviously the cross. We know the cross is so the horizontal.
The horizontal one, that one.
Yes, is too far up. They moved it up deliberately, but actually the cross should be almost an X
Right. Yeah.
rather than further up, because the further up that makes the box.
The box.
And they've said that they question the authenticity of the cross
Yeah.
as a true divine shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, I was like, oh, because again, I've had crosses, necklaces and stuff in the past that I've worn.
Yeah.
And you know what? Since I've heard that, I'm not saying, again, we're not offending anybody. This is me personally. I haven't actually put them on. Now, whether that's a conscious or subconscious, I don't know. But I haven't worn it because I thought, is there something to that?
I must say that from, wearing crosses myself and sort of having them in a room, I do feel like my life does get, this is going to sound crazy, but boxed up. I was talking earlier, wasn't it? I've been saying a lot of prayers for different things, and nothing has happened. Almost the opposite has happened, and I felt like very stuck from doing these sort of religious practices. And as soon as I discard that, things seem to shift. I mean, that just could be just coincidence. It could be me. Some people will say it's Satan, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, I've taken crosses off before and things have shifted when I've had it on, and it felt like I was stuck and stagnant and nothing was moving, and that would make sense, wouldn't it? Because it's the cube again, isn't it? It's the cube. It's the cube that was sort of forced into. And again, I don't want to go down, too many rabbit holes about religion, but this sort of thing of if you don't do this, then you will burn in all eternity. Which is fear-based, isn't it? It's fear-based. So, get in the box and stay in the box. Do not stray from the box.
But also, as you said, just thinking about being in a room with four corners.
Four corners. It's unnatural. It appears nowhere.
Nowhere.
In
also, it completely dampens our creativity.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have to say, I adore going into churches and cathedrals. Not purely because...
There is an energy there, isn't there?
100%. And it's the shapes, particularly like you described earlier, the windows. I could stare at a church window forever.
Yeah. And they're not boxes, are they?
No.
There's sort of normally a dome.
Absolutely. But also, are you telling me that a man with a chisel is able to be so accurate and precise that they can create that? I'm sorry, no.
It's
I'm not buying it, mate.
No, I'm not buying it either.
No.
I'm not buying it either.
But also, when you think about the shape of the roofs, it's all done in dome shape, isn't it?
Yeah.
And again, that's around sound frequency.
Yeah.
And we have mentioned it before. I can't remember which podcast, that a lot of church bells have been broken and damaged and
melted down.
Because obviously, again, when they were used to heal and support, and people would come to church. Yeah. Well, the bells would sound you to church, wouldn't they? They would kind of usher you in.
Call you in. It's time to go to church
for peace,
for the peace
and healing
and reflection and all those things. And they've just stopped, haven't they? You just don't get that anymore. And there's all the other side to it. They say that, these things ward off the demons and the dark spirits. It banishes them almost, and, we don't hear church bells much anymore, do we? And
I can't recall the last time I've heard a church bell,
Yeah.
I have
I
to
mean,
say.
we have got a church down the road that does ring its bells occasionally, but it's normally I don't know why they do it, but it's on a specific occasion. But it is so nice to hear, and it's just
beautiful.
like an echo from an era.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, no, completely.
which
Yeah.
almost kind of links into the whole Tesla thing. Some people say that he's full of nonsense and that's blah blah blah. But he talked about free energy, didn't he?
Yeah.
And harnessing the natural
Absolutely.
energy and the
Yeah.
natural way of living
Yeah.
that supports all life.
Well, I agree. And have you heard of, oh, I hope I have the name right. Please forgive me. I was saying to Alex earlier, names are just lost. They're lost in translation for me at the moment. But I think he's called Slim Starling.
Right.
So he works a lot with copper,
Yeah.
and he created these harmonizers.
Mm-hmm.
And again, a lot of the stuff that he has done is around harnessing the free energy in the world and helping it. So it's like a electroculture.
Copper bracelets.
Copper bracelets, yes. Tensors.
Mm-hmm.
And I have put one of those in my garden.
Yeah.
So I've created it. So I have a copper pipe, and I've created I suppose it's like an antenna type thing.
Yeah.
It's not difficult. I had a little copper, so I have a copper pipe with a little copper wire, and my vegetables, because I'm growing veg at the moment. My tomatoes have exploded.
Really? Yeah. Copper's a mineral, isn't it?
It is.
But
again, copper. Our pipes, water pipes, were copper.
Yeah.
How many copper pipes do you see nowadays? Mm-hmm. And I was reading an article that our bodies is depleted of copper. It's a mineral. It's something we need.
Yeah.
Because years ago, again, the water went through the copper pipe. We got, there's always going to be some erosion, isn't there?
Yeah.
And we got that mineral into our body.
And then they swapped them for lead. Some of them were swapped for lead pipes, which is.
And now we've got plastic crap.
Yep.
Haven't we?
Microplastics.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Fantastic. In everything.
Yeah.
So, so for me, 100% free energy.
Yeah. And it would make sense, wouldn't it? Because, someone along the lines was like, we're not giving them this. We can be the powerful ones. And people do want that, don't they? These people that do these things, they want that. And I mean, look at the last few years, how we've been sort of cowtailed into boxes even more and more and more and more. 100%. We have less freedoms and, more control, more restriction. And it seems like something's wrapping up somewhere along the line, doesn't it?
I would agree. So you have this civilization, okay, where people are living in peace and harmony, okay? They don't pay for things. Everything is free.
Everything's free.
They've created, apparently, Tartaria was created the first postal system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So as they moved out, they started to bring information with them. Apparently, they were the first to create a banking system.
Right.
And bills of exchange.
Yeah.
So it was that barter and kind of working together.
Yeah. The exchange of energy, basically, isn't it?
Absolutely. So they were the ones that kind of and obviously these things are still in existence. So not everything has been lost.
Yeah.
But isn't it interesting, the things that hasn't been lost is the things that are now being controlled. So the banking system is controlled. We're being controlled, aren't we?
Well, if you look at it, every aspect is controlled. Your water, your energy, your food is controlled, mass produced. You can't have fires anymore. You can't burn your own fires. In the UK, there's restrictions on, because of climate change. Everything is controlled, isn't it?
Yeah.
Down to the finest detail of your life.
Yeah.
And that's not.
And the only thing that's free is air, but that's poisoned.
That's poisoned, and so your water isn't even free unless you collect it, in a barrel.
Yeah.
Nothing's
and actually, even if it was free, how dangerous is it now?
Yeah.
To drink water.
Exactly. Well, I guess the sun's still free, but they're trying to tax you on that, aren't they? Because that's climate change, isn't it? So they think that by paying more tax, you're going to stop the sun from being hot.
So so we're talking about Tartarian. Yeah. They give us all of this. They advanced us.
Yeah.
but the key things where we could live in a sovereign, peaceful existence
Yeah.
got lost along the way.
It did. I mean, I've heard this theory that apparently from 1776, which is sort of when America sort of... there was they call it Satan's Little Season, which was a period of 250 years.
Oh, okay.
Where the archetype of Satan, which is control and manipulation, would rule. And then after that period, we go back to this Tartaria style stuff. Now that period ends next year. So 250 years from 1776 is 2026. Sure. So they say this was Satan's little season.
Okay.
Where he's been allowed, which would make sense. I mean, there's a really cool guy on YouTube. I'll put a link. He talks about Tartaria. It's called Tesla and the Cabbage Patch Children. Yes. And he speaks about. He's been on Tony Sayers' channel as well, and talks about this is Satan's little season, which apparently will sort of end next year. And you can feel this kind of wrapping up of something. Things are getting so bad now and so dangerous and dark. And who knows? Who knows?
I think it's wrapping up, but also for me, I think more things are coming to light alongside that.
Oh yeah, people are really showing who they really are, aren't they now? And
absolutely. There is a mass, awakening. I suppose.
Yeah. Which we could go back to those times, because, like you say, everything has been controlled. I mean, you've seen those guys that can like make a light bulb run, and they'll do it through running water and a little mill, and the water flows and it creates electricity, and I mean, the globalists are doing, aren't they, with the solar energy? It's there.
But it has always
been there. But now they want you to pay for it. Sure. And they want to control it and give it to you in very small amounts.
And I've seen, again, obviously through researching and kind of trying to figure out what this is about, I've seen footage, and we can, again, we'll link it to the podcast. I've seen footage of people on these hovercrafts.
Oh yeah.
That were there before cameras were invented.
Right.
No, interesting. Well, where's this footage come from?
Yeah. That'd be an interesting one to look into. But there does seem to be an advanced technology before this one, doesn't there?
That is still there, but just hidden from us.
Yeah. My question is, so if there was this flood, what was it? Geoengineering or some kind of, was it geoengineering that they thought, okay, we're going to start everything again and we're going to charge everybody for everything? Because we know that, I mean, I was watching a video the other day that people in Woodstock in 1969 saying these planes were coming over and spraying all this stuff, and then it rained. So this was like 1969, and people were noticing it then as this, because to cloud seed, I think you just need hydrogen.
Yeah.
Is it an oxygen? It makes
I'm
cloud.
not sure. Yeah, I have seen videos of it, but
it's easily done. It's not a difficult thing to do, So
but they have been controlling our weather since
Genesis, since day dot. Yeah. So it is plausible that whoever, this group of people that decided that, we're going to take this technology and use it against the people, would flood it, get rid of everything, and then start it again and go, there's no technology, but you pay us for it. And, it's that, because the period is, what was it, 18, what was it, the period of Tartaria?
I've heard it was from the 5th to the 18th century.
Yeah, 18, yeah. Which
again, I mean, as you said, every time I watch something else, it tells me something slightly different. But that is the period that that they are talking about.
Yeah, a great reset. And was it the Industrial Revolution when metalwork was shipbuilding and all that lot. Your Titanics and all that lot. When civilization seemed to advance with engines and things like that.
Sure.
Which is a different way of using sort of the resources, isn't it? But you're charged for it where it was potentially free before. So,
but if you go back to basics, right? We are all born of this earth.
Yeah.
Equal.
Yeah.
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 it has been said that Mother Nature provides us with everything we need.
Everything. Yeah.
But that's not, that's not what they want us to believe.
No.
Because actually, if everything is accessible to us, then you can't make money out of us.
Yeah. But they have been for many, many years, haven't they?
Yeah.
So for me, I mean, with what I've researched, I think it's very, very plausible, and I don't know, it resonates with me.
Yes, I would
if
agree.
something resonates, I don't know whether that's truth, but it does resonate, and it feels like, yes, that's right. Especially with it's the geometric shapes for me that appear naturally that we don't utilize at all anymore.
No.
Everything's a box.
Yeah, no, I completely
And there's,
agree.
like you say, there is no naturally occurring shape of a box. You get triangles.
Yeah.
You get all other shapes, circular things, but not many
Yeah.
boxes appear in
No, I completely agree.
cubes in nature.
And also, even getting back to the sound again, which I think was massive within that's lost civilization. They've altered our music now, haven't they?
To 440 hertz.
440 from 432.
And I think we've mentioned this before, but like if I hear something at 432 hertz, my soul is at much more ease than if I flip to 440. I feel an instant tension.
Yes.
There's a tension in me, but like, ooh, ooh.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
But again, that was done by design.
Done by design to tighten everything up and intensify everything a little bit, so you're slightly on edge all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
Where you're more malleable and manipulated. You
Sure.
can be manipulated more when you're in a state of sort of anxiety or stress.
Yeah. So for me, and again, that's well documented about the sound frequency. Just look, I mean, and then it talks about how it was done and how they pull these sound engineers together in order to
Tighten
make
the
that
strings,
change.
yeah.
Well, if they can do that, why wouldn't it do the other stuff around the energy and, particularly when I was listening to that person, and about the dismissal of Tesla but interesting, now we use the Tesla cars I'm like, and sometimes I think you still think we're idiots. You think we're just muppets.
Yeah. And some of us are.
Oh yes, and don't get me wrong, some choose not to look into, research, observe, question.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guilty of that,
Oh yeah.
up until, maybe 10 years ago.
Oh,
so I was
likewise. I'm
part of the...
Yeah, I'm not saying, oh, look, you should have... I wasn't there. I never looked into all of this.
Never questioned anything.
No, I just went with it because, that's what we're taught, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you look at, history, and we were told, this is what happened, and then this what happened, and you go, oh, okay, then.
Okay, yeah. I accept that. Well, if you don't know any different, you're not going to know, are you? So...
And then I kind of listened to somebody else who said, and I liked his approach, because he said, do you know what? Even if we can't 100% evidence that this civilization existed, he said it's a consciousness.
Yes, yeah.
He said for him, it's the mergence of the physical and the metaphysical world.
Yeah.
It is understanding that we are bigger
than just
that
meat suit.
Yeah, absolutely. And he talks about, it is, think again, getting back to what they created, the geometric shapes, the divinity, the free energy, the radicals that are out there that we can harness. And he said that is what he believes is the true divine nature.
And the essence of spirituality.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Not
Tartaria.
live by these rules and do this or else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I was listening to how it created and developed and moved on, that with Genghis Khan and how he sent them out, the fact that it was all done peacefully resonated. It was like, you're just, it's done in a collective,
organic way.
Absolutely. You're not controlling, you're not manipulating, you're taking the best of everything that exists along the way. It's like a journey for me. We started here, and as we moved out, we gathered and we developed, and it just really made sense to me.
And that's the way humans work, isn't it? You know what I mean? You know, when you tell humans you have to do this and you have to do that, it goes against most people's natural instinct, isn't it? Whereas if you like say, come peacefully and, you know, with almost gifts, you're giving people a gift, aren't you? Of knowledge and, you know, abundance.
Sure.
You know, people are going to work way better with that than restriction and rules.
Absolutely.
And, you know, you have to do this.
Yeah. But I think we've been so beaten down.
Oh, yeah.
The people, well, we're not encouraged to challenge, are we?
No,
we're encouraged to conform. And when we don't conform, what are you? You're difficult. You're a black sheep. You're
a conspiracy theorist.
Absolute tinfoil hat. And
it's like, I'd rather wear a tinfoil hat than a blindfold myself.
Absolutely.
But you do you, boo.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And can we categorically say that this civilization existed?
No, of course not.
No.
We can't say anything, but we can look at the evidence and gauge our own opinions. But for me, I like the concept of it, and I think it is absolutely plausible.
Yes, 100%.
Especially with what we've seen in the last 5 to 10 years, how things have been, you know, extra controlled, and it's like, well, somebody or some entity or principality is governing this, and it's not for our benefit; it's for your benefit.
Absolutely. Yeah. And just think, the world would be very different if they allowed this type of civilization to continue.
Yes, definitely. And I think the Vatican holds a lot of these secrets. I mean, a lot of people have said, you know, the Vatican holds so many secrets and possibly hold all this information anyway. And,
I believe so.
You know, because
absolutely.
Have you heard the theory that there's sort of 3 major power points on the earth, which is Vatican, London City, and Washington DC.
Which are all
power triangle.
Cities in themselves.
Cities within themselves.
So it's the city of the Vatican, London City is its own entity, and it's not even governed by the government.
No, it's got its own rules and regulations.
Scary.
And Washington DC is a District of Columbia.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with America, so it's its own entity.
Absolutely.
You know, sort of void of any sort of rules that we outside of those cities would have to live by. Yeah. You know, so.
And interesting, all the financial services are in the City of London.
City of London.
So again, they decide what they choose to do.
Yeah.
And we, mere citizens,
we just have to go along with it for now.
For now, I agree. For now, and I think again, what I liked about us deciding to focus on this. Even if one person starts to think, oh, actually, you know what? We have the ability to live a more free existence.
Yeah.
Job done for me.
More organic, more abundant, more connected to the all that is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So with this one, I think it'd be helpful to add quite a few of the links. I'll definitely will add the link about the use of copper and that Slim Starling. I think that's a really interesting one. And that link about this little footage about what was observed prior to cameras being developed, and this footage that has recently been uncovered, I think would be really helpful. And then you make up your own mind. Yeah,
you make up your own mind. We're just presenting a small piece of the information here, so
and I think it's so hard, again, snippets, and that's all we can do because it is vast. And as I said, I did spend quite a lot of time, but every time I looked at something else, I'm like, oh man, here we go again. I'm more confused than when I started. But I think from what I've done, I think I'm able to confidently say that I believe that it was an ancient civilization that was far more advanced than we are today.
Yeah.
And was lost.
For
the benefit of others.
That wanted to control and manipulate.
Yeah. Follow the money, people.
Follow the money, yeah. And that's pretty much the top and the bottom of it, isn't it?
Always follow the money. And no doubt, I think we may not necessarily do a whole session on Tartarian Empire again, but I think as we kind of talk about more, I think it will feed into some of the other...
It will link into other things, won't it? I think you know, there's a puzzle that we can uncover.
Yeah, it's
inevitable. Maybe along the line somewhere. So
yes,
so I think we'll wrap it up there, guys. So we hope you've enjoyed this one, and like, share, subscribe, all that guff.
Yeah. And please comment as well. It would be
Yeah.
lovely to get people's opinion about the content that we've discussed, whether it resonates with you, whether you know something more than we do. We are always eager to learn.
Absolutely. So with that, we shall bid you farewell. So it's ciao for me, from me.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.